Hi, everybody, and welcome back. It's your girl, Angelic Ray, coming to you once again. I'm really excited to be doing this new moon in Scorpio reading for you all. This energy is just so yummy. It's sweet. Excuse me. Hello, welcome. I know the notifications are going out. I will be integrating a little bit of tarot with this, not too much. And yeah, let's get into it. So this new moon is happening on Friday, November 1st, which is a 111 portal all in itself, and it's bringing us into the new moon, into the new month, yes, and the new moon of November. And so this new moon is happening at 8:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to convert that into your time zone. This new moon in Scorpio is one that is really going to be showing the revelations of your effort. I kept getting like Phoenix rising energy. And Scorpio is also known as the Phoenix rising, right? So this new moon is happening at 9 degrees, and which is associated with Sagittarian energy, but it is also potent at the 10th degree, in which is of Scorpio. So this new moon is happening with a trine in Saturn and Pisces. Now, this is really talking to us about our disciplines and how we are going to reap the rewards of that which we have put the effort to in learning the lessons and being patient with our transitions, our transformations, with honoring our boundaries to ourselves, that despite the appearances of the chaos and everything that is around us. Now, one thing I do invite everybody to pay attention to is 3 days before and 3 days after is the most potent time to utilize the new moon energy. However, the new moon does happen on February 1st at 8:47 a.m. and that is when it is going to be at its peak, its strongest. And so I say that because we're also going to have a grand trine happening with the water signs. Now, one thing before I get into the trine of the water signs is to invite you to do some journaling, right? And the reason I say that is because at 9 degrees of Scorpio, this is that Phoenix rising. It is that major transitions and transformations when it comes down to anything that may be foreign to you, to where you live, right? Foreign, it's also literature, it's your belief system, it's your religious views, it's, education. And so it's higher learning, right? And although this new moon is happening now in November, in 6 months is when you see the completion of that new moon, right? Because then that is when we get the full moon in Scorpio back into the springtime of 2025. So you are going to see results before the full moon is complete. However, if you journal down what energies you're presently in at this time during this new moon, what are your beliefs and everything like that, what it is that you're looking to manifest 6 months down the line, it's more than likely to show the full fruition in 2025 when the full moon is in Scorpio. So just a little invitation for you to possibly do some journaling if you don't already do journaling for new moons and full moons, just to see your progress and process of it. Because again, this new moon is happening with a trine in Saturn. And Saturn does move a little bit at a slower pace, but it's actually bringing a lot of sweetness into this. It's it's coming from the space of, while Saturn can be a hard teacher and a difficult energy to navigate through at times, when you are truly doing what it is that is in honor of your highest good, that is in alignment with your disciplines, with your boundaries, with, and your integrity, Saturn likes to give you rewards with that. And Scorpio is also associated to both Mars and Pluto. Now, Mars is going to be going retrograde in about a month or so. And although Mars will be going retrograde, Mars is going to be going back and forth from Cancer into Leo. And we do have Mars in the sign of Cancer in its final degree, making a trine with Neptune and a grand trine with Mercury, which Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio right now as well. Okay, so I'll be breaking all of this down in just a moment. I'm just kind of sharing with you all. And I see that I am going to go to that. Just give me a moment because I don't want to lose my train of thoughts here. So with this, this 6 months completion to the full moon, by then, when the full moon is in Scorpio, Mars will be in another sign. Mars is not going to be in the sign of Cancer. However, we will have Mars entering into the sign of Leo on November 4th. Now, this is after the full moon's energy. Remember, I said you want to pay attention 3 days before, 3 days after. And that is also when elections are happening. And so much of that is important, and I'm not going to touch on that in this video specifically. However, I bring this up to you because we have 2 presidential candidates that have their Mars in the sign of Leo, and these are the 2 main candidates that y'all see really putting themselves out there. And one is a female, one is a male. And, Scorpio energy being associated with both Mars and Pluto is bringing a call to action that is going to bring major changes and transformation when it comes down to the collective. And that 9 degrees associated with Sagittarian energy, it is showing us that there is going to be massive changes when it comes down to collective consciousness of belief, collective consciousness of politics, okay, of higher level thinking, of that also has to do with the borders, that also has to do with international travels and I'm seeing changes in these areas because Scorpio represents like death and rebirth energy also, as much as it represents secrets. So secrets being revealed in these areas. Saturn has to do with like karmic contracts, right? And 9 is also the number of changes. It's the number of completion. It's the number of rebirth, right? 9 is born again, right? It's the phoenix rising, as I mentioned. And this full moon, not only is it a 111 portal in which shows great alignment and timing for you to manifest that which you want to manifest, it's happening on the Day of the Dead in Mexican culture. And so it's also around Samhain, which is Halloween, and on November 2nd is like All Saints Day. So if you're looking at the 3 days, this is when the portal is the thinnest. And Scorpio is associated, yes, with occultism, but it's also associated with death, with transformation, with psychological your psychology, with occultism, right? And so psychic energy as well. And Mars, before it enters into the sign of Leo, is going to be making a trine with Neptune, which is in Pisces, and Mercury, that is in Scorpio. And so, oh wait, there is going to be a lot of people coming out and just wanting to reveal secrets, bringing some confessions to the forefront. There's going to be strong communications when it comes down to a person's way of thinking and their psychological health. Okay, it's going to be very important, but there's this energy with that like 9 degrees Sagittarian energy. It brings it to become a little bit more gentle, because Saturn can be a bit harsh, but with it being a trine to Saturn, that means that it is supported by Saturn. And at the same token, Saturn is a malefic energy, and so is Mars, right? And so Mars would be considered the second or minor malefic force. And so it's not to say that there isn't going to be a bit of hard energy or chaos energy. I really do believe that that energy is going to be present for those who have not been disciplined in closing out their karmic cycles, because Saturn again is bringing you the revelations for this new moon to be inconclusive of your karmic closeouts, your karmic cycles that are done, so that way you can really put them to rest. It's inviting you to be in tune with your psychic abilities, with your true spiritual connection, in which everything is spiritual. When you're really in tune with spirituality, you realize that spirit is in and of everything, and nothing is separate of that. It is all in the wholeness and oneness of divinity, and that it is just Mars being a separate energy, an energy that likes to separate things, right? And through that separation, you learn, Saturn teaches you boundaries, right? And the separation happens so that you're able to identify things, right? And so in the macro, it is all wholeness and one. In the micro, that is where there's the appearance of separation, so that everything has a time, a place, accordance to it. And so that's what this new moon is telling you, that with your efforts, with great work, like put in the work, and you're gonna really reap the rewards. You're gonna see this. And it's not one of those of you have to exhaust yourself, you have to drain yourself. It's knowing how to have the discipline of knowing when to rest and when to work, and when not to give up on yourself, and when to be disciplined even when you don't have the motivation, right? And this discipline is really about your intuition, being disciplined with your spirituality, being disciplined with your mental wellness, with your spirit, with your emotional wellness, with the wellness of your mind, body, spirit, and soul as a whole. All right. Mercury in Scorpio is very much going to bring conversations around kinks, around desires. And in fact, this full moon is very magnetic. It's a magnetic energy that draws in what you truly want. And you cannot, when we're talking about what you truly want, it's truly from the heart space. It's truly from your deepest soul's desires, right? And you can't lie to yourself. Your soul knows you better than all energies, and energy doesn't lie. It just tells you the truth. And so your magnetism is going to show you truly what it is that you desire deep inside yourself. Wholeness. And Mercury is going to go into those deep desires, and it's going to pull it out from the depths of you. And it's going to communicate that with all your nadis, with all your chakra systems. It's going to communicate that to your psyche and to the psyche of others, right? To amplify the spiritual connection, to truly bring forth the communication of your soul, to amplify any psychic messages, any telepathic messages. Your intuition will be heightened. And this doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are in. This is just what is going to be for the collective as a whole. And so the invitation is to listen to your intuition despite the appearances of what cannot be scientifically or physically proven to support what is coming up for you spiritually. And this is important because one thing that the ego likes to do, the ego likes to be supported. It appreciates when we have confirmation bias or bias confirmation, right? And because it then supports all of the logical aspects of what it's been feeling and thinking and, projecting and defending itself from, and what, it protects your excuses for life and for things. And while science and spirituality go hand in hand, because like I mentioned, nothing is separate from spirit. They go hand in hand. There are parts of spirit in which has yet to fully been discovered scientifically or identified fully scientifically. But there's a fine line between that which is delusional, that which is your imagination, and that which actually is, right? And so that's the tricky part of this energy. And because it's entering us or ushering us in a 111 portal for the month of November, right? At a 9 degrees, when you think of November, although it is the 11th month, the November Nov is also associated with 9, right? In Latin. And so this 9 energy is important, and it's coming up because next year, when in 2025, we will be going from an 8-year to a 9-year. And like I said, this energy will show a full fruitfulness of perhaps the results that will solidify, and actually the evidence. There you go. Thank you. The evidence that you will be wanting to see from this new moon will fully come into manifestation within the next 6 months, when the full moon in Scorpio happens in 2025. Not to say that you're not going to see the results before. You surely will. But I'm talking about in a grand scale of the wholeness of this moon cycle, right? Yes, we have a new moon each month, but I'm talking about for the moon of Scorpio specifically, right? It's going to go, this is the new moon, and then each month the moon will go in Scorpio in a different phase until it gets to its full moon phase. Okay, so just taking that down, writing that down, knowing that what it is that you are going to be putting into manifestation is going to be magnetic to you. So truly minding your thoughts. And with the grand trine happening in a water sign, water is a shape-shifting element. Water is life. Water is healing. Water is cleansing. Water is replenishing. Water is currency. Right? It moves, it flows. Okay? And so it's water is going to receive that that message in which is in your ori, in your heart, in your mind, in your body, in your chakras, and it's going to receive that information and its molecules, and it's going to ripple it out into the air, into the ethers, into the ground, into the earth, so that this is what is magnetically attracting to your toroidal field, to your magnetic electromagnetic system that you are, for you to reap what it is that you are sowing into the earth, into your experience at this time. So I would invite you all to take time to get into a meditative state. A lot of the times we get comfortable with just being and just living, and that's a beautiful thing, right? But there was a strong invitation, both from Saturn and from the water elements. The trine that's happening with Mars in Cancer, Neptune in Pisces, and Mercury in Scorpio. Really, really, really talking about getting into a deep state of meditation for this new moon, and getting into a very clear and concise writing down what it is that you want to manifest, not just for this month, but also for the next upcoming year. If you cannot think about for the next upcoming year, at least do for the month of November. And also, there's an invitation for those of you who resonate with this to invite your ancestors of benevolence, of truth and righteous and perfect love and perfect trust that work in favor of your generational wealth and health and fortune for your generation and the future generations into this space, and offer them a letter of gratitude. Maybe write a letter to them in gratitude and put it with a glass of water and a white candle, and you can state their name, because this is connected to the Day of the Dead, and it's also a very potent portal that is connected with your psyche, is connected with your past lives, is connected with the water molecules in your body, with your cells, is connected with communication, is connected with your ebb and flows and actions, and your creative endeavors, your creative energies. Mars in Cancer doesn't necessarily like to be in Cancer, because that's when it's in its detriment, and it's really like emotional and feeling, and Mars is like, I don't got time to be emotional and feely, right? But Mars is getting ready. It's in the final degrees of Cancer. It's in 29 degrees, and so 29 also equals to 11, right? And then there's that 2 that's supporting the 2 9s that's present already in this portal. So, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. Thank you. Water is life, water is healing, water is cleansing. Mars is getting ready to go into the sign of Leo, and so it's going to be charged up. It's going to be active. It's going to want to move. You're going to move around. You're going to get up. You're going to feel good. So writing down what it is that you want to focus on is really going to, when that energy moves into Leo, Mars into Leo, it's just going to be like fire, rageful. It's going to go fast. It's going to move. So, during this last week, you may have been feeling more either lethargic or tired, or just wanting to rest more, replenish. That is because your spirit was allowing you the time to refreshen yourself, to rejuvenate yourself, to heal, to be disciplined in knowing that abundance is your birthright, right? This is where Neptune and Pisces comes into place, because the North Node in 2025 is going to be in the sign of Pisces. So again, this portal that is happening here truly is about the karmic closeout, because where we're jumping into for the next 2 years is going to be very important to where this new moon is moving us to. Everything is changing. We've seen the last full moons and new moons was about closing it out and letting it go. This new moon you should have already did that. But if you, it's because it's the closeout. That's it. It's closed. That's it. Like, you should have already did that. This new moon is about moving forward with the lessons that you've learned from closing out those chapters and moving into the realms in which is supporting this new timeline that you are living in, that you have been conjuring and calling in forth for your greatest good. Right? And so it's not so much about closing things out as it is about allowing yourself to start anew. If you didn't close it out, you're invited to start closing that shit out and go into this new moon with a brand new way of thinking. Allowing those past circumstances to be the lessons that motivate you forward. Right? Because with Neptune in the mix of this trine, Neptune and Mars together, and Mars trining Neptune is really going to put into action that which is in your subconscious mind, and that's where your true desires are, whether you're conscious of it or not. It's going to put into action those triggers to come up to the forefront and see how, Saturn is going to be watching to see how you're dealing with your triggers at this time. Have you become mature enough to handle and deal with what it is that you have been wanting to manifest? If you're calling in more independency, or you're calling in a home, or you're calling in whatever it is that you are conjuring, or a certain job, are you mature enough to handle that position? And so the Mars trining Mercury and Mars trining Neptune is really going to get into the deep depths of yourself, of your shadows, to come up to the forefront. And if you haven't done that integration work, it's going to show. I really do feel like for those who did not, get into the deep shadow works, this could be a very, potent energy, which can be psychologically triggering. But nonetheless, for those of you who've done the work, these psychological triggers can be an invitation for you to, manipulate the space in the grand scheme of things to be beneficial to the highest and greatest good of all involved. Right? You'll be able to navigate these waters in a way that support your abundance flow, as opposed to creating dams and blockages in your flows of emotion and because you're too emotional to handle a situation, right? So I feel like somebody needs an example. Thank you. An example of what I mean by that. So let's say, you are, I don't know. Okay, it could be a car. It could be whatever. It could be even a relationship or something like that, right? Like, you could have been calling in a partner. You could be calling in a home, a new job or something, a new position, and saying, okay, with the abundance flow, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Okay. So if you let your emotions override your logics, override your spiritual awareness, such as your intuition. Thank you. All right, there we go. Spirit, it's about your intuition, and it's about your psychic energies, okay? When your spirit is grounded in the truth of your knowing, nothing can move you outside of the truth. Thank you. Because there's going to be certain situations or things that occur that may not have scientific or logical proof behind it as of this moment, as of yet, in which only your intuition will be able to guide your way through this. And when that happens, it is not for you to be swayed by what another person is guiding you to do. And they're saying you're going to know. It's very specific. I feel like this is actually like a channeled message for someone specifically, but I'm hearing like, no, it's going to be for a lot of the collective. So, okay, thank you. So for some of you, what I'm getting is your spirit. All right, let's say, like, I don't like to use the word guru, but this is how I'm feeling it, right? And I'm going to be pulling the cards out in just a moment. If your spirit is guiding you to a specific guru, teacher, mentor, information, or something like that, and you don't necessarily know why, they're saying trust your intuition into guiding you into this, that you are divinely guided into the spaces where you need to be. If it is about a secret that needs to be revealed or that is being revealed onto you, it may come like maybe when you're in the shower or using the bathroom or something. I'm really getting like taking a shower or in a bath. You know, maybe somebody, because of the grand water trine, it could be being around water. Maybe when you're around water, if you go to the beach, the pool, take a shower, whatever the case may be, washing dishes, you may get an intuitive hunch or message, a psychic message from your spirit guides, in which maybe you don't know at the time that that's a message from your spirit guide, and so it feels like the form your intuition speaking to you. And this could be a revelation, a message pertaining to individuals around you. And there may not be any proof about this, but the lesson is to really trust in your discernment and your intuition, in which in trusting your intuition will allow for your psychic abilities to grow stronger, to be stronger. Excuse me, I know like I started this all over the place, and I sometimes do that. So I thank you all for your patience and still listening. Okay, and so there's an amplification of spiritual energy during this new moon that spirit wants to highlight onto you. There is going to be actual people and that are going to be confessing literally out of their mouth is what I'm hearing too. And this may hurt your feelings. There's going to be certain triggers about past addictions is what I'm hearing. Gratitude. Most High loves you. Supreme gratitude for sharing your voice. Thank you. There may be certain triggers when it comes down to addictions that is going to be a spiritual test for you to see if you've overcome these triggers so that you can reap the rewards and the benefits of all the hard work that you have put into hand. And this is going to be important because of the North Node being in Pisces next year. It's really going to allow for you to really fortify your psyche at this time, as well as fortified your aura, your psychic energies, and amplify your spiritual abilities in an alignment that is more connected to your highest truth. Saturn is saying by letting go of those addictions and staying disciplined in your endeavors to be sober and to not overindulge into these addictions, you're gonna receive not just a reward of a temporary joy and happiness, but rewards of longevity, in which is gonna serve you to the ends of time, is what I'm hearing. Wow, I'm almost so emotional right now with this energy, because I was not planning on going this route, but this is where it's at. Spirit has a funny way of talking. So, that those addictions, it could be even like eating. Sometimes I know that there has been like emotional eating, or sometimes sexual energy gets, people get addicted to it because it's fun, it's pleasurable, or it's a way for them to try to tap into like love frequency when they're feeling lonely or something like that, right? And I'm not talking about not allowing yourself to be in pleasure. This new moon is inviting you to be in pleasure, but it's inviting you to be in pleasure without addiction. It's inviting you to be in pleasure because it's in harmony with you being able to indulge without being at an imbalance, if you will. It's because this energy is creative. This portal is creative. Y'all are going to feel horny. Y'all are going to feel like, I'm not even going to lie to y'all, like this energy is going to make y'all, very sensual, very sexual, very artistic, because Neptune is also, Neptune in Pisces is going to invite you to tap into your imagination. But the main energy with this, with Mercury in Scorpio, there's going to be those traumatic voices coming up. And it again, if you haven't done the work, there's a fine line between intrusive thoughts and intuitive messages. So making sure that you're listening to your intuition, your intuitive voice, as opposed to your traumatic voice, right? This is where the Phoenix rising energy is coming into place. And because Saturn is in Pisces and Neptune is in Pisces, the moon is trining Saturn, but Mars will be trining Neptune. This energy is really I would invite you to dance. If you like to dance, you could do some sort of like tantric dancing here. And again, anything that is going to be connecting with your ancestors will truly be beneficial to you at this time. So I kind of been on a rant. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. So I do invite you to listen to your rising sign first, your sun sign second, and your moon sign third, as that is more internal, more emotional, and subjective to you. Okay. Again, this is happening Friday, a day that is ruled by Venus. It is entering into a new month, as well as a new moon. This new moon portal will solidify and close out completely around the springtime of 2025, when the full moon is in Scorpio. However, you want to put in the action for this new moon now, not just for the month of November, but for something that is of longevity. Think about your legacy. Think about your highest self. You may be feeling Kundalini activations at this time with all the water codes that's coming in. Connecting with water. If it is raining, you are invited to connect with the rain and use the rainwater, or even use moon water at this time. This moon water is going to be very supportive for any manifestations that you want to move forward in, because you have all the water signs. You have Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, all supporting of the different depths, from the shallow waters to the deep depths, to the middle waters, to the depths of the lower waters. in there into all the realms with that. So massive portals. We also have the 111 portal opening up, and it is also a portal for the ancestors, which is your cellular realm, the cells in you, to be activated and support you at this time. So if you're working with your ancestors, I would do more prayers of gratitude. I would, put their favorite foods, give them love, give them thanks. Just like we thank our body, I thank each and every cell, every organ, every molecule, every atom, every neuron, every essence of my being, right? That is supporting my body, that is supporting my mind, that is supporting my spirituality, that is supporting me in each and every realm and dimension of my existence. Giving thanks, and if you know your ancestors' names, you say their names. And then if you don't know, even those that are unknown, but that serve your highest and greatest good, you give them gratitude, you give them thanks. Dance with them. Play your favorite music. Play their favorite music. Have water out for them. I know some of you would want to pour out alcohol for them. You can do so as well. There's also, it's okay to call in for spiritual protection at this time, as we are going to be transitioning into a little bit of a major shift, a heavier shift come November 4th. But for now, this energy, it is very magnetic into the energies of what you want to draw in. So that's what you want to pay attention to, is what it is that you will actively be disciplined towards. It's like making a promise to yourself. What are you promising yourself? And not a promise that you're going to break, but a promise that you're going to keep. If you say that you want a lover who's going to be faithful to you and honorable to you, are you faithful to yourself and honorable to yourself first? Right? One thing that Saturn teaches when it comes down to contracts is it's okay to rescind contracts. It's okay to revoke access to people, places, and things that's no longer serving your highest and greatest good. And self-love will honor the boundaries to yourself. So the promise to yourself is a boundary to that which is not supporting that love connection with yourself, with the self-care. And that's what Mars and Cancer was showing. Where did you need to love yourself more? What self-care rituals do you need to get jiggy with, right? Get acquainted with, really put into your day-to-day practices. Whether it's meditation, it's yoga, it's stretching, it's reading, it's writing, it's just taking a pause. Maybe you work a lot and you don't have all the time, but taking at least an hour a day for yourself, 15 minutes to just pause and breathe and tune out the world. Tune out maybe the music, the radio, the phone calls, just everything for just 15 minutes and just focus on breathing, right? Really allowing yourself to listen within. Those were the invitations, because Mars and Cancer was like, I'm gonna let you feel these emotions and know that you're gonna feel like you have so many ideas that want to come to the forefront, but you're going to feel like you can't really move into action at this time. And it wasn't a time to be moving into so much action. It was actually a time to replenish, because we're getting into a space where it's going to be more active movement. But then because Mars is going to go retrograde again, there's going to be a need to slow down in that. Mars doesn't really like to slow down. And it's important that we know that, because Pluto just got out of retrograde. right? Pluto is going to be moving into the sign of Aquarius. Pluto rules Scorpio just like Mars. So they're both important transits that's important to look at in your chart as well when it comes down to this. All right. When it comes down to the science. But again, you have to listen to your intuition and your psychic channels to know what it is that you're being guided and navigated to, and not let the ways of the world put you into like fear or manipulation in a ways that's like causing harm onto others or deceitfulness onto others, right? Because essentially you're causing deceitfulness onto yourself, right? In order to deceive someone else, you have to become deceitful within your character in self first. And that goes over people's heads sometimes. So yeah, I think I got that all. All right, so we're going to start off with Aries. Aries, this energy is happening in your 8th house. And so the 8th house is death, transformation. It is taxes. It is other people's resources. It's psychology. It's sexuality. It's secrets, right? Thank you. So what messages do we have, Aries? I really do feel like the changes that's going to happen here for you is really going to be one that is going to bring forth to you a lot of ideas when it comes down to ideas that have been in your subconscious mind that were rooted in your deep desires, but maybe you weren't taking the initiative or action towards it because maybe there was a part of you that has some like childhood traumas or something that was still associated in that space that was like still triggering you, or that was causing a fear or intimidating you of some way, some sort, that this energy is inviting you to initiate the steps forward towards this idea without fear. It's like feel the fear and do it anyways. This is an initiation process to you connecting deeper with these skills, that because I feel like the skills that you have, it is an ancestor that has done this and actually mastered it before too, and you can be maybe learning from somebody else, or there could be maybe you get a scholarship, maybe you're applying for a scholarship, or you get awarded some sort of resources. This could be some sort of like financial aid if it's to school or something like that, or some sort of like securities, or I'm getting some sort of like securities or something that's backing it up for you to move forward in this idea. Once you take the initiative to not be scared and stay consistent in your disciplines, right? Because you may start it, but it's about like finishing what you start to. Maybe you started this in the past and you didn't quite finish it. Maybe there was like person, places, things, situations that was in your way before, and you're going to be clearing that out. Or it's already cleared out. It's your invitation to move forward into this space here. So I would invite you, Aries, to maybe put some applications out there for some grants, put some applications out there for some sort of assistance. I really do feel like this is an energy that not only will you be calling your power back, and it's a declaration of your power, of your magnetism, but it's also going to be supported by your environment. It's going to be supported by those around you. If there's like a, secret that needs to be revealed, it's going to reveal itself to you. So Spirit is saying, like, really keep your eyes open, Aries, for this energy here. And the card that you have here is the 9 of Cups in reverse. So what with it in reverse, Spirit's telling me to bring it up right here. The 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, right? And when it's in reverse, there could be some sort of resistance. Like, it could be that spirit has been trying to give you a wish fulfillment, but you've been blocking your own blessings. You've been maybe like, instead of accepting hope, you're like turning down hope, or maybe your ego or your pride is getting in the way from applying for some sort of assistance if you're in need of assistance right now, right? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you've been hearing about grants, but maybe you had a fear about, writing grants. You feel like you don't know how to spell correctly, or right, like I'm hearing like they have auto spell. Like I'm hearing something about I'm not sure if this could be a personal thing, but maybe somebody has a form of like dyslexia, or is intimidated with like their verbiage or words or something like that. And like when it comes down to writing contracts, they maybe feel like they won't know how to write it or something like that. And so spirit is bringing forth a person that can be like a mentor or something like that to help you write these grants. But I'm also hearing like some of you to look up outlines, like just Google outlines of how you would write a grant for that type of specific application that you're putting in. This could also be that, or like even in YouTube, like look it up, like the resources are available to you. Are you utilizing the resources here? It may have feel like you had a blockage or was stagnant or not able to receive the benefits in which you were wanting to receive, because you are letting your emotions get in the way, your pride and your emotions get in the way of actually fulfilling your emotions. For some of you, this could also be that there's a form of an addiction that needed to be released that y'all didn't release in itself, or some self-sabotaging tendencies. So spirit is saying like, allow yourself to know that you are in a potent space right now where you actually have some of your ancestors to support you in fulfilling some wishes and fulfilling some commandments that you have been putting out in the air. That's as you will it, so it shall be, and that is the law, that is a commandment, and it is so. And so your ancestors are helping you with this, but perhaps you've been second guessing your intuition, or you aren't allowing yourself to connect with your ancestors at this time because the ways of the world has separated you from connecting with yourself spiritually, or something like that is kind of what I'm getting here, Aries. So it's an invitation for you to get more in tune with yourself, and not be afraid to take that leap of faith, not be afraid to apply to the things you need to apply to, or ask for the help that you need to ask for. Yeah, the Queen of Wands in the bottom of the deck, because your magnetism and your power is strong. Call back your power, Aries. So that energy is for you. I want to move forward here. We're going to get into the sign of Taurus. Taurus, this energy is happening in your 7th house. And for those of you that's here watching live, it might actually end soon. And so when it does, I'll come back in. But we're going to get into all the other signs here. So Taurus, this energy is happening in your 7th house. And so the 7th house is like long, marriage. It's long-term contracts. It can be business, but it's more about partnerships, your union, right? Your relationships with other people in that space. So Taurus, this energy, that the new moon in Scorpio could bring transformation and changes when it comes down to your relationships, when it comes down to the way that you love. There could be a financial shift between you and a spouse. This can be, maybe you getting into like a joint account, or coming into business together or something like that, right? Because Saturn is in the mix, this discipline area, if there's any secrets surrounding your relationships, because the 7th house is also the house of not hidden enemies, the house of like open enemies, right? And so this could be that maybe there was like a little hater or something like that around you. Somebody, it could feel like a sense of betrayal, but sources saying like, Don't take it as a take the rejection, take the neglection, take the quote unquote betrayal as divine protection. They are making this person, it's almost like they're like spirit is enchanting them, or it's eating them alive, so much so that it's gonna come out the horse's mouth. Like they will reveal to you out their mouth what it is that they did to you, and it is gonna be your decision to decide whether you want to keep them in your life or not. And this is your spiritual test that Saturn is looking at for you to see, are you going to bring this forth to you? And if so, this can change your direction or the pace for you to reap the benefits of your rewards of what it is that you're being called to be disciplined to. Sometimes when it comes down to heartbreak, when it comes down to relationships and changes in that space, you know, it may seem sad and depressing and hurtful at first in the beginning, but within time, as you give yourself that nurturance, as you pour that self-love into you, you start to liberate yourself. You start finding freedom. You start remembering what it is that you truly want in a union, what it is that you truly want to experience in partnership and sex and life and pleasure and your long-term, contracts, right? What's the legacy you want to create between you and other people, right? And so, I feel like some of y'all Taurus had to let those types of relationships go, and you're thinking about that, whether it was past relationships and now you're thinking like, I feel ready to move into a new relationship. This can be a massive invitation to where somebody unexpectedly asks you out on a date, and I'm hearing like all you gotta do is say yes. Like, and so some of you Taurus will be going out on dates more. Some of you are gonna get engaged, right? Maybe you're already in a relationship, and your spouse, your partner feels like they want to take this relationship to the next level. They want to transform it from a relationship to a marriage. Like they really want to take it to that path. So that's a possibility as well. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom as far as like betrayals and enemies and haters. Like, no, fuck all of that, focus on what is good and right for you, right? And so I could see this turning into a marriage. Some of you can be getting married. Yeah. Some of you can be getting married. You can be moving in with, if it's not a marriage, it can be that maybe you lived in one household, your partner lived in another household, and y'all decide to move in together. For whatever case may be, whether it's for finances or love, whatever the case may be, this could be, that type of energy as well. I do see a lot of heart chakra activations happening for y'all. Money situations that is surrounding you and your partner is going to shift. So, paying attention that, Taurus, like you may be going through something and your partner is seemingly going through very similar changes and transformations around the same time. This could also be that, your ancestors or your partner's ancestors are communicating with you at this time to bring y'all ideas in regards to how to level up and bring more love into your space. Here, I'm not sure why I'm even getting like maybe some of y'all are going to be bringing a plant into the house or something like that. Or maybe, you live in an environment where the seasons are changing and it's getting cold outside and you probably have plants outside and they're telling you to bring it inside. I don't know. That could be a thing. But, well, that is a thing, but I'm getting stuff like that, like bringing plants inside the house, and it's going to rejuvenate and refresh the atmosphere between you and your partner. For some of you Taurus, I don't know why I'm getting this too. This could even be, and this could be the trine, because Piscean energy is also like connected to hospitals and stuff like that. This could be that maybe, you and your partner, y'all get a therapist or couple therapy or something like that. I'm even getting, and I like this part, those of you who know me know, you might actually be feeling called to connect with, doing some spiritual work together, some tantric work with you and your couple, with you and your partner. I do work with couples, so just giving y'all a heads up if y'all want to do some tantric work together. That is my favorite thing to do with couples. I think it strengthens, I know that it strengthens and solidifies the union on a deeper level, for by far greater than just the physicality and sexuality aspect. It actually rejuvenates those areas and makes it more pleasurable, and brings the space into a level in which y'all know how to overcome doubts and fears and temptations together, as opposed to feeling like you're doing it by yourself. So y'all have the Four of Wands, Taurus, and that energy is about building foundation. It is about marriage. And as I mentioned, this energy is happening in your 7th house, and you have the Four of Wands, Taurus, and in the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Pentacles, and which is your energy, Taurus. The King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So with this, I do feel like there is gonna be, support from your divine partner, divine union, a marriage. Y'all gonna be working on your foundation and building it together. There's gonna be a lot of collaborations also. If it's not necessarily in a relationship, it's just a lot of collaborations when it comes down to business, when it comes down to those that you truly love and connect with. A lot of partnerships that's going to be fruitful at this time in your life right now, Taurus. So I really like this. And like I said, with the King of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck, this is supporting financial wellness in this partnership, in this union as well. This could be a twin flame activation is also what I'm getting. So for those of you that resonate with the twin flame energy, do what you will with that information. So we're going to move forward onto Gemini. Gemini, this energy is happening in your 6th house. So the 6th house here is connected with pets, it's connected with work, it's connected with your daily routines. And so, Gemini, I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling a major transformation when it comes down to how you're doing your work. How much effort are you putting into your work? Are you being disciplined enough to do self-care, to recharge yourself? Because I'm feeling like maybe you were feeling a lot that you needed to heal from. The 6th house is also healing energy, as well as pets. I'm not sure if I said that already, but what I'm feeling with you, Gemini, is that you were called into a period in which you had to become a little bit more hermit. It was requiring you to go more within so that you can do deep generational transformational healing onto your lineage, onto yourself, onto your psyche. And you could have been taking some therapy or doing some sort of therapy in that space as well. Or you could have been seeking a spiritual mentor at the time, or possibly both. For some of you, I'm getting both. And now you're going to be finding yourself feeling ready to take your day-to-day routines on a next level. Become a little bit more active. Maybe you're going to be moving some furniture around, but it's not so much about the furniture as it is about your schedule, is what I'm hearing. So there could have been a healing that needed to happen within you, within your body, within your mind. And this was for you to get deeper into connecting with your healing abilities, and with grounding this energy and integrating it into your day-to-day being, so your schedule is not filled with too, like, it's not, I'm getting the word havoc, like it's as if your world was turning into havoc because there was just it wasn't as organized as it needed to be, and there was just too much you was taking on and becoming responsible of. There could have been some financial issues that you were dealing with also, is kind of what I'm hearing. And so I'm hearing like closed mouths don't get fed. So possibly asking for a raise when it comes down to your work or something like that. But I'm hearing that there is going to be a shift. There was a healing that needed to occur also for your finances. And with Saturn in the mix, it was about learning discipline and responsibilities when it comes down to like your finances. Maybe some of you were in the space of needing to take on some financial literacy. But it's really about the efforts that you put in through actively working. So there was a balance that needed to occur in your schedule when it comes down to work and resting. So, and the resting happening for your healing and the work happening for your integration. But there was a thing when it comes down to news or news about work. It could have also felt like there was some issues with maybe a vehicle or something like that. Maybe you didn't have a car, or there was issues with your car, and there was something that needed to get fixed and changed or something like that, that was causing some hardships when it comes down to how to get to work or your schedule around work, stuff like that. And so there's going to be a healing process, or there is a healing that occurred during that situation, in which the lesson has now presented itself to you, so that you can learn to navigate your daily routines and in a way with more responsibility, or not necessarily more responsibility, because they want me to remove the word more, just in a way of responsibility, to have your schedule based on its priorities, right? Based on your priorities, not self-sabotaging. And Gemini, what I'm really feeling with this energy is that there was, you could have been overextending yourself also. And so the healing needed to happen so that you can tap into the inner healer in a way that changes your lifestyle. You could have been living in a certain lifestyle. Okay, let me water real quick. And I spilt it. There could be an overflow that's happening for you, right? It could have been, it could have felt like there was some restrictions, some hardships, some difficulties, in which the lesson has presented itself now for you to change your day-to-day routines in a way that is going to bring an abundance of overflow to come in. And it's only going to feel like an overflow for now, because it's making up for the abundance that didn't come in when it didn't come in. But with that, you're still going to have to prioritize and schedule accordingly, so that way, when things begin to shift again later down the line, you have that overflow in a way that is supporting you later down the line, if that makes sense. So your card here is the Three of Wands. Yes, the Three of Wands. So there could have been some hardships when it comes down to there could have been a lot of expectations that you have, but there could have been a lot of hardships of when it comes down to you being open to receive. There could have been, maybe there was an imbalance with like your feminine energy or your nurturance energy. Excuse me. There could have been some like mother wounds. There was some sort of expectations when it comes down to whether you were playing a role. It was all right, thank you. What I'm picking up is that perhaps some of you were wearing a mask and playing a role in which you wanted to be that energy for others to see, but there was some sort of healing that needed to happen for the true and pure transformation to occur so that you can truly be that energy. And so you're presented with an opportunity to heal the disalignments, the energies of the past that isn't truly in alignment with that in which the mask you wear lives by. And so the mask had to be dropped, and you're presented with an opportunity to heal what isn't in the alignments of that mask that you want to wear, because that mask in which you want to wear is you also. It's a version of you also, but you haven't fully embodied it, and you're being delivered the opportunity to embody it. And so the resources and ships are coming in, and you have ancestral protection and support. They're saying don't give up. With the 9 of Wands, you will persevere. You will overcome this. You will receive the results of which it is that you want to receive with all the hard work that you're putting into. So listening to your intuition, not giving up on yourself, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself. The 9 of Wands can feel exhausted and tired, but here they are celebrating you. Here they are supporting you. The ancestors are saying you are not alone. Maybe sometimes you feel lonely in your day-to-day routines, in your daily lifestyle and daily routines. But there was a sense of nurturance and stuff that needed to occur. If you have a pet, this could be that maybe, there was some issues and stuff like that with your pet that you were needing help with, or maybe your pet needed some healing or something like that. It doesn't have to be personally to you. It could have been, there could have been gossip or issues that was happening in the workplace as well. And that needed to get G-checked, for lack of better terms, right? It needed to be corrected in that. So take it how it resonates, Gemini. We're going to move forward to Cancer. Cancer, this energy is happening in your 5th house. And the 5th house is the house of children, is also your entertainment. It's pleasure, it's relationships, right? So there could have been massive changes, maybe some breakups that occurred, or arguments, and this was all to present itself with you to clear out any karmic contracts when it comes down to that. Cancer, some of y'all could have been dealing with some like child support issues, or just even having to deal with your inner child healing. This is an invitation for you to really dig into your inner child healing in a more pleasurable way, in a way that brings more fun. The fifth house is a more auspicious house, and because Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and so is Mercury. I mean, Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio right now, I'm sorry, but Mars is in the sign of Cancer. You know, you may have been feeling lethargic at this time. You may not have been feeling like you're having the energy too much to be dealing with that healing. You may not want to do that. You may be feeling triggered, irritable, argumentative, and all those things. And so there's a lot. Saturn is having its eye on you to again test you and see how you deal when it comes, how you're dealing with children, how you're dealing with your inner child, how you're dealing with nurturing yourself. What are you entertaining in your life? And those things are manifesting like a magnet towards you at this time. So you know, I invite you to bring more joy into this space of like, what makes your inner child happy, right? If you have children, are you too distracted with social media and other forms of entertainment that you're neglecting connecting deeper with your children? And if so, this is an invitation for you to connect deeper with your children at this time, to be more disciplined in being a parent when it comes down to your children. This could also be that perhaps the same thing, maybe you don't have children, but your relationship, are you giving your relationship the attention that is required for that relationship to bring you longevity and success? Or is this going to be a fling thing? Because the fifth house is a fling, it's the house of it could be flings also, right? You know, so maybe you're single and you've been entertaining everybody that's giving you attention because you're in a space of needing attention or wanting attention and stuff like that. So there is a discipline factor that's coming up for you here, that Saturn is saying, you know, are you minding your disciplines? Are you minding your motives when it comes down to your relationships? Are you being I messed, oh no, the bottom of the deck here is the sun. Yeah, and the fifth house is naturally ruled by Leo energy anyway. So, you know, your card here is the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, you could have been a little player. You could have been just feeling very sexual, wanting to have a fling, you know. So if you're looking for more of a long-term relationship, Cancer, I would really say don't neglect don't ignore the red flags. If you're seeing any red flags from any person, place, or thing, those were your signs and symbols and letting you know how quick and, you know, easy come, easy go. This energy is happening quick, fast. You know, it's very impulsive. Are you being impulsive? You know, there's an invitation to bring more joy, more happiness, more love to you and your inner child, to you and the children around you. Bring some more nurturing and protection into that area here. Bring some more love and support into your relationships. You know, you could be arguing a little bit more and whatnot. So they're saying, you know, mind your impulses at this time. This could also be some sort of revelation or illumination when it comes down to a secret pertaining children or your relationships here. This could also be, you know, just maybe some information that you didn't think about when it comes down to like some sort of like secret that's revealing itself, or it doesn't necessarily have to be a secret, just information coming towards you that you wasn't aware of. This could be as simple as like maybe somebody from your childhood, maybe, you know, elementary school, high school, back in the day, whatever, college, whatever, somebody you used to work with. This could be somebody from your childhood, maybe they had a crush on you and they never told you, and now they're admitting this to you or something like that, and then y'all go out on an unexpected date or something like that. That can be a possibility with this energy as well. Or it could be as simple as like maybe you didn't think that you can have children and you're, gonna have a child or something like that. It's some sort of like shock factor energy, but it's quick, it's fast, but it's potent, it's sexual, it's creative, it's charged up. Spirit wants you to have fun. I feel like you're gonna have fun with it. It's almost like, damn, all those arguments, all those times that we was flustered up and irritated and everything like that, and like it just feels like a good day, like a brand new day. So utilizing that energy for the rest of the month and the rest of the year as to what brings you joy, Cancer, and how do you focus on that? How do you continue to bring joy to your life? What are you entertaining and minding what it is that you're entertaining? Maybe for some of you it's changing your music, right? Maybe you're bringing transformation to the sounds that you're listening to, right? Your vocals, maybe I don't know, maybe some of you are singers, some of y'all could be what are they called? Those influencers, right? Social media influencers, or in the music industry, or, some sort of, or acting or something like that, right? You can be an actor, you can be an artist of some sort. And this is really going to bring you the attention that the attention, the exposure, the recognition, the acknowledgement in which you have been working hard to, is what Saturn is saying. For those of you who have been putting in the efforts and the disciplines in that space, you're going to be receiving recognition in those areas. Okay. So Cancer, that is your energy. We're going to move forward to Leo. Leo, this energy is happening in your 4th house. There could be massive changes when it comes down to your living environment. There could be changes. You could be changing your furniture. There could also be changes that's happening with, like, let's say a parent or a mother specifically. Doesn't have to be your mother. It could be any parent. You can become a parent. Maybe you're a new parent. Maybe you're starting into, getting a little bit more hermit mode, or you're wanting to redecorate the home. You could be making a purchase of, when it comes down to home improvements, or, I don't know why I'm getting, for some of you Leos, like maybe you're into mathematics and architecture, so you could be doing some sort of architect. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it correctly, but that's kind of, it's so funny. I'm seeing the movie Beetlejuice and how they had the like foundation of the land, of the houses and stuff like that. And I'm not sure. I don't even remember if, like, in Beetlejuice, the previous owners, I think he was an archetype, and he building a new, like, foundation, whatever. They're just showing it to me in that way, because it could be some sort of archetype. There could be a spirit archetype or an ancestor that is coming through that was into architecture or something like that. And it's helping you reframe, it's helping you rebuild. On a spiritual side, they're saying that as you're taking time to be home, there could be, maybe through meditation or through dreams, like you're going to be an archetype in architecture. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Reconstructing, like making the realm, building it. This could also be, maybe Leo, you purchase a home and you hire somebody, or you draw the foundation of your house. Maybe you do it for business. I'm getting something about architect and money and changes and a foundation in that area. So take that how it resonates. If you're into that stuff, if that's something that you've been thinking about or been getting a nudge about. Yes, he was. Okay. That's from the Beetlejuice stuff. So I love how spirit works sometimes because I don't ever remember fully with that. But um there's going to be changes. Maybe you're going to be doing upgrades. Maybe it's as simple as like getting new cabinets, right, in your kitchen. This could be maybe laying down a new floor plan. Like, maybe you're getting, different tiles or wooden floors, or, you're changing the floor layout, whatever the case may be. I feel like I'm seeing somebody laying down so it is pertaining to the house. But it's not just to a house. So some of you Leos, it is specific to like, maybe you're purchasing a house, wanting to get a house and lay down that foundation and thinking that through. But for some of you, or maybe just one of you, I don't know, I feel like this is very specific. It's like maybe you work from home and you're a contractor and you're laying foundations for other businesses when it comes down to how they may want the layout to be, and you're an architect or architecture, or you're into architecture or something like that, or this is something that you're going to be shifting into. But for you Leos, most of y'all could be working from home at this time, or you're just going to be finding yourself more in a homebody environment. You're going to want to like be, get in the space of just nurturing your foundation is going to be really important to you at this time. You could be signing a new lease, a new contract in that space. There could also be, supporting the home space, and also maybe supporting your mother's home, or just supporting your mother, or again doing some healing or transformational spaces, letting go of if there was any karmic contracts with your parents, letting those things go, not letting it hold you back, not letting, any childhood traumas that you may have towards your mom or your dad get in the way of your generational wealth, of your prosperity and abundance, so that you can move forward with the fundamentals of owning a home and land. It's kind of what I'm getting there. And so Leo, your card is the Queen of Cups. I love it. So yes, this could be feminine energy, motherly energy here with the Three of Wands here. So there could have been, you could have been expected to you could have had some sort of expectations of what it comes down to when with your mother or with your parents, or just feminine energies. You could be into this energy. But what I'm getting here is strong intuitive nudges and psychic messages. So paying attention to that while you are at home, you're going to be getting an abundance of ideas that is going to be filling your cup. It's going to be rejuvenating you, recharging you. And this is actually, I'm getting that this is a lot of love energy potential that is coming in, right? So if you're moving into a home, like Leo, being that this is the house, like you could be getting an intuitive message to move in with somebody, move in with a spouse or a partner, or even move to a new location. There's a lot of love energy and a lot of potential there for growth here is what I'm seeing here. If you've been living alone and contemplating living with somebody else, or maybe you live with somebody, whatever the case may be, this is creating your internal home. Home is where the heart is. Tapping into the heart space. I forgot that. Yeah, the home is where the heart is. Tapping into your heart space, your true heart's desire, and bringing elevation into that space, bringing devotion into that space, making your home your temple. This could be as simple as like cleaning your house, cleaning your house, cleaning your environment, making it sweet, maybe lighting some incense and putting some candles, around the home, doing a floor wash to magnetically attract that which is in your heart's desire. Whatever the case may be, this is coming back home. This is coming back home to self, to you. Leo. And I do feel like, you know, as you create a home internally with you, and you create that space in your environment around you, even your relationship with your parents will find a way to make peace at home with you. It won't cause disturbance or trouble or turbulence in your finances, right? There's a spiritual protection around your home also at this time, is kind of what I'm getting here with Saturn. So, you know, it could, Leo, some of you Leos, maybe you felt like you were going to have a lot of plans going out and this, that, and the third, and then last minute you just feel like you want to stay home. Or you have a plan to go out and have fun, and if you get an intuitive nudge like, I think I should stay home, honor that, listen to that. That could be a spiritual redirection and protection for you. Hi. So just paying attention to that. That's not saying that you know, don't be afraid to go out. It's saying listen to your intuition, and honor your intuition in that space. Yeah, because it's gonna be more beneficial. There's gonna be a lot that you're gonna be doing in your home environment at this time. It's gonna be a lot of changes in that space. All right, so we're going to move forward to Virgo. Virgo, this energy is happening in your third house. The third house has so much to talk about, Virgo. You could be feeling like a hippie gypsy. You could be, your psychic energy is just going to be super potent. You could be a teacher. You could be having changes and transformational energies in your education, and maybe you're going to be studying something, maybe you're going to be learning something, maybe you're going to be teaching somebody something, maybe you're going to be teaching somebody while learning somebody teaching somebody something and learning something from somebody else. At the same time, this is also changes in your travel. So there could be changes with your vehicle. There could be transformation in your vehicle. It could be as simple, maybe it's cart maintenance, right? Maybe it's changes in paint. Maybe it could go from you having regular windows to you tint your windows. It can be as simple as an oil change. It can be changing your tires. It can be traveling to another state, third house is local travel. It's not so far. It's not really long distance travel. So there could be desires because of the 9th degree, Scorpio, and the 9th degree. There could be desires of long distance travel, but you might actually just find yourself traveling local. Okay, Virgo, this energy is also with siblings, so you can be on the phone. This is also communication. So there could be a lot of spiritual communication that comes up. This could be with your ancestors. This could be learning about your ancestry some more, especially because it's the Day of the Dead. Ancestors, communication, spirituality, you're going back to your roots. That it's childhood education as well. So you could be learning some more history in regards to your bloodlines, in regards to your ancestry. All right. This could be, maybe if you have children, some changes or transformation when it comes down to your child's education. This could be also any changes with your aunts, your uncles, and cousins, that type of energy. Maybe you get some news regarding them. This could also be your neighbors and your neighborhood. So some major changes and transformations to your neighborhood, to your environment. Okay. This could be receiving news about your neighbors, or just maybe there's some sort of strong discipline when it comes down to your environment, having healthy boundaries with your neighbors, maybe even this could be a lease. signing a new lease or negotiating some sort of contract here when it comes down to either a car or your neighborhood. You could be helping a neighbor out with something. Excuse me. That card. Thank you. Virgo, you have the 7 of Cups here with the 9 of Swords. So the 7 of Cups is like confusion, okay? With the 9 of Swords is strong anxiety. So there could be that maybe you have an abundance of options. That is maybe, maybe some contracts or communication comes through that you're going to have to make a decision and you're a little confused about, or you have some anxiety, making a decision. If, I was saying, feeling like a hippie gypsy, it could be that maybe your heart and your mind is exploring other places, wanting to move out of your neighborhood, but you got some fears and it's causing you a little bit of anxiety. I will invite you to ground into your neighborhood. I would say maybe pick a tree in your neighborhood and breathe under the tree, connect with the tree, hug the tree, talk to the tree, get barefoot, put it into writing what it is that you want to experience from your neighborhood. Let me tell you, you can go to the 4 corners of your neighborhood and offer sweetness to the neighborhood, do a prayer and incantation, some sort of protection in the corners of your neighborhood, of your environment, and it works. I've been there. I've done it. It works. It works. There could be some sort of feeling like you want a better direction. Maybe, because Mercury's in Scorpio, there could be some traumas that come into communication. Maybe you start talking. I sense pain. You should stand and stretch often from sitting. Thank you. Yeah. So, Virgo, thank you for that. Because I do feel like standing up. For real, for real. Virgo, with the 7 of Cups here, there's a strong invitation. The 3rd house is also the house of like writing books here. This is a strong invitation for you to get clear on what it is that you desire. This is a strong, because it's like your anxiety is causing you more confusion and it's not allowing you to really pay attention to what it is that you want to what it is that you want in life, or how it is that you want to solidify your environment here. You could be diving deeper into your childhood traumas, but maybe you don't know how to do that. Maybe there's some sort of maybe you're being called to get more discipline when it comes down to emotional healing. And you haven't really allowed yourself to learn how to do that for yourself just yet. I feel like this is an invitation for you to really learn how to do that for yourself so that you can learn to help others get through that. But you're being called to do this first for yourself. There could be maybe a sibling that has an anxiety or something like that. I'm just getting a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety. Virgo here, when it comes out, there could be a lot of options, a lot, And the thing is, this new moon is coming in with a lot of clarity. It's coming in with a lot of potential. But we do have that water trine happening with Neptune and Pisces. And Neptune is about fantasies. Is also you know, the realm of imagination. So your thoughts can be racing a lot. You can be overly active in your imagination at this time and creating some sort of fear factor or confusion. And so I will invite you to ground, maybe go to a local park. Yeah, I just feel a lot of spiritual protection that needs to happen in your neighborhood. And for some of you Virgos, if you're feeling guided to write a book, if you're feeling guided to, you know, maybe put some sort of like workshop together, listen to your intuition, listen to that guidance, get to writing. If you're feeling confused, if you're overstimulated in your mind, if you're feeling like you're not, maybe do some channeled writing, to really, put on a candle, a white candle, get an incense to, help clear the space and bring that aromatherapy. Or if it's not an incense, you can use an oil diffuser, just getting the aromatherapy going to just bring ease. Maybe some soothing music, like an instrumental though, nothing with lyrics. Nothing with lyrics at this time. You want it to be an instrumental so that way all the lyrics is already in your brain. It's all the overthought, all the overthinking, all of that energy, the confusion, and call forth your subconscious mind to bring the solutions to the forefront and bring you clarity. And you're going to invite yourself to step, your higher self to take possession of yourself and step your ego to the side as an observer. And to think into your thoughts, speak into your words, work into your deeds, just breathe and just write whatever comes to your mind. Don't think about it, just write about it. Good, bad, indifferent, makes no sense. If you start drawing, scribbling, whatever, until you feel done and complete. Do some channeled writing. Eventually, this is going to help clear out your mind. Bring clarity and clear, I would say do a head wash. You can stare into the fire, tantrika. Tantrika is a form of fire gazing. Okay. You might be getting called to take it back to the basics, like a child. To learn something new or relearn. I'm hearing unlearn to relearn. There could be some contracts that you're going to be dealing with at this time also, Virgo. That's going to require you to really read what it is that you are consenting to. And know that it's okay to ask for help. Know that it's okay to ask for clarity. But I'm really feeling like bringing it back to the basics so that you are reaping what it is that you sow for harvest of what it is that you want in your environment, in your travels, in your life, rather than being like tricking yourself out of your own abundance, tricking yourself out of your spot. Yeah, this feels like a lot of psychological cleansing that needs to happen here, or that is happening for you at this time. You could have been grieving a parent, so your inner child is like, having reminiscing thoughts or something, and you're relearning stuff, because I feel like some of you Virgos, maybe you lost a parent or something that is now an ancestor, and maybe you want to hear from them in your dreams or something like that. Maybe you haven't heard from them and you're wondering why you haven't heard from them, and that's bothering you. Or there's something about healing when it comes down to the childhood traumas here. And something about, I think some of you Virgos may have lost a parent or something. So you're going to be communicating with like your aunts, your uncles, your cousins at this time. Maybe just to like bring more laughter in, talk about your ancestry at this time. Or it doesn't have to be an aunt or uncle. It could be, but it could be even maybe a neighbor who knew your parent or something. And I'm hearing, tell them to laugh, bring laughter in. Don't get tricked out of your position. Like, affirm, I call back all of my power and abilities. Ashe, absolutely. Absolutely. And the third house is the house of communication, Virgo. So calling back your power, calling back your energy where it's not serving you. But this could be a lot of an initiation for you to really get acquainted with your ancestry and bring a cleansing. I will invite you, Virgo, to wear more white at this time to kind of keep your white will expand your aura. It's gonna help you feel lighter. It's gonna help clear your energetic palette as well from any energetic debris that's not really serving you. Whew. Drink more water if you're not drinking water, staying hydrated, Virgo. But there's a lot. The third house is filled with a lot of energy. And the biggest potent part of this is knowing that you have a lot of options. And these options are to remind you of how abundant you are, not for you to get stressed and not for you to get confused, not for you to overwhelm yourself with anxiety, but to know that you are so abundant that the universe is providing to you all this abundance to you, so that you can really allow yourself to appreciate what the lavish abundance of the universe that is being poured into you. So how are you appreciating this abundance? Rather than letting it confuse you, what do you do with it? How do you create with it? What is it that you want? How do you want it to serve you? What is your why? What is your purpose surrounding the abundance that you are magnetically attracting? And listening to your intuition and connecting with your spirit guides and knowing without a doubt that all things are moving in your favor. On to the sign of Libra. Libra, this energy is happening in your second house. So this energy in the second house is a very auspicious energy here. This is going to bring a lot of changes, transformation when it comes down to your finances, to your values, what it is that you're really going to be putting the efforts and energy into when it comes down to how it is that you're making money, what it is that you deem valuable to you. And truthfully, Libra, I feel like this energy is really coming from a space of deep love and transformation, opening up the doors of abundance. There could have been some issues that you were experiencing to your finances. Maybe you were having to change careers. Maybe you were being, initiated into a space of learning how to mitigate your finances. Whatever the case may be, this is a shift in finances, in which is going to bring you an abundance of rewards for you having the disciplines when it comes down to your monetary gains, when it comes down to how you're making purchases. Libra, really this energy is also about balancing out the scales in regards to not necessarily people pleasing, but learning to love yourself with a deeper level of respect, that naturally others also respect you. And in that, opportunities present themselves to you, in which, yes, you may have to work hard for it, but you don't have to overexalt yourself to meet the monetary gains or resources that you need for this. A lot of the times when we have a moon energy connected to the second house, this is great for making money. Money and moon have an energetic currency relationship that is bountiful. All right. And it's usually an auspicious space to have the moon placement. So I invite you, Libras, to look at what moon sign it is, whether you're Libra rising or sun. Look at what your moon sign is, and also listen for your moon sign, as your moon sign is gonna help play a role also as to what your second house energy is gonna be transforming into and looking like for you. Okay. Again, through the discipline of doing what it is that you need to do as far as responsibilities are concerned, this is going to bring you maybe more recognition. This could also lead you to a raise. Okay, Libra moon here, I love that for you. So Libra moon, the moon is in Scorpio, but it's happening in your second house. So this, internally, this could be how, with the Libra moon specifically, this could be how, or I don't want to say specifically, for those that are listening to the moon signs here for Libra in the second house, this is more internal and subjective energies, a deeper transformation of your values. And through this deep transformation of self-love and values to yourself and others, really is going to open the gates of abundance to flourish for you. And yes, these are going to be, you're going to have to work for it, because the second house, as opposed to the eighth house where, it can be given to you. It's other people's money or resources that can be given to you. Through the second house, this is through your efforts. And with Saturn trining this moon, Saturn is saying, Saturn is exalted with Libra energy. So Saturn enjoys giving Libra the rewards in a fruitful, gentle manner when they are disciplined in that space, when they know how to balance out their scales, right? And so that's going to be a very important lesson for you during this portal, is how do I honor what it is that I want to do financially with what my values are? Am I working in the space? Am I putting the time and energy and attention and work and efforts into what it is that I truly love? And is this making sense logically in my life as well? Is it balanced? Am I people pleasing too much? And does that need to stop and balance out with, because Libra energy, they are really in connection with loving other people also. So it's not that they mean to people please, it's that they care a lot about other people, to the point where sometimes it could be of a detriment. And the lesson here with Saturn is like, it's okay to say no. It's okay to put a healthy boundary. So your lesson in the second house of value is, do you value yourself? Do you love yourself enough to say no and mean it when you want to say no, and say yes when, if somebody is offering you a position or offering you money, and this is something that can help you and transform your life, are you open to say yes? Are you balanced enough to say yes? Or are you going to just say, no, it's okay, I'm all right, don't worry about it, knowing that you could actually use it, right? This could also be, maybe some changes in your diet. We was just talking about foods. I know for some of you who's watching the replay, that part's going to be edited out. So you're going to be like, what the hell they're talking about? But for those of you who are live, talking about food and how, food is essential to your healing, to your transformation and whatnot. That could be something that maybe you find yourself changing your food, being more disciplined in your diet. Maybe not a diet, but your lifestyle, how you're eating. For those of you who may or may not know, I tend to detox every month. And there is times where, I was vegan for almost 9 years. And prior to that, I ate meat. And there was so many different health complications that I was like dealing with back then. And then I got to a healthier space and whatnot. And the reason I do a detox every month is because I allow myself to eat what it is that I want to eat. And in that, I also detox, and all things in moderation. I balance it out. And, I allow myself to eat primarily more, fruits, veggies, and whatnot. Although I do like to indulge in my sweets and my treats. I do a lot of bitter teas also. I do a lot of parasite cleanse and whatnot. And so there's a big thing about your health here, and your diet, what it is that you're eating, Libra. So really paying attention to that as well. Excuse me. Oh, my nose. So let's see here what card we have here. So yes, the financial shifts. This could also be here. If you were thinking of creating something new, utilizing this 111 portal to really bring in your manifestations of what it is that you want to see shifting in your finances, and what it is that you want to be seeing shifting, maybe whether it's career or just your this is also the second house, is also like how your clothes. So you could be making a transformation in like your hair or your outfits. Maybe you getting rid of clothes from your closet, or Leo, leave it be. Sorry about that. This could be making changes in your wardrobe, right? Maybe you're feeling called to a specific color. This is also amplified psychic abilities and whatnot. I care so much. I gotta speak to folks' souls. I don't give a fuck sometimes, just so they can back the fuck up. And I know I come in peace and abundance, but I gotta stand 10 toes for my inner child. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Libra, y'all have the 5 of Swords here. So the 5 of Swords is talking about picking and choosing your battles, and you have the 10 of Cups here, upright. I mean, the 10 of Cups. Maybe it's leading to the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. So there could have been maybe some arguments or disruptions or ego issues that was going on between you and some partnerships, you and people in your life here before. That just fell down. Some of you may be married, so this could be in a marriage. Hi, Lucia. Um, with the Five of Cups here, with the Five of Swords, this is about the ego. So maybe G-checking your ego from intrusive thoughts. Maybe there was some thoughts that was coming in. Hold on one second, y'all. So Libra, with the Five of Swords here, this could be maybe some intrusive thoughts when it comes down to love. This could be, you know, pretty much, I'm sorry, but this live is not for other people right now because I'm doing the reading. So let me back a track. The Five of Swords, Libra, this could be, the ego at play. This could be intrusive thoughts when it comes down to love. This can be, that's on the shadow side. This could also be knowing how to pick and choose your battles here. Maybe there was past relationships or traumas that were really getting in the way of what it is that is meaningful to you, making you second think your discernment. And truthfully, Libra, what I'm getting with this energy though is that you've come to a space of having great discernment, of knowing how to harmonize your feminine and masculine energies together, as well as making good decisions with the people around you in your life. So this could have been your past energy that led you to learn how to be more disciplined with your discernments, that led you into trusting your intuition when it comes down to people in your life. Because perhaps these intrusive thoughts, they were getting in the way of your psyche, of trusting your intuition, and when it comes down to certain people, places, and things. And this is revealed to you by this time moving forward with this new moon and this 111 portal. You could have also been fighting yourself when it comes down to like what it is that you truly desire or want in a partnership. And whatnot. This could have been some sort of like tug of war in regards to that. Nonetheless, Libra, if you found yourself, like if you are single and you found yourself having a difficult time, the invitation is for you to connect deeper, harmonizing your masculine and feminine energies. And this is what is going to allow for your abundance flow to flow naturally and in a fruitful manner in which those around you will see the efforts of your work and they'll be able to support you as well. And this will help you with the energetic currency. On another aspect, if you have a partner, there could have been certain arguments or things that are disagreements that had occurred that was really getting you into a space of having to learn how to have a healthy conversation with them. Or maybe you just was in an environment where maybe the people around you were stressing you out. This could also be that, whether it's family, these relationships doesn't necessarily have to be, a spouse or your significant other per se, but this could be family that was challenging your views or your ego and whatnot. And maybe you was putting in a lot of love, a lot of effort, a lot of time, and you contemplating your relationship with these people, and how much like your values of your relationship could have shifted by the time this new moon comes in, and you saying, I now call in healthy, meaningful connections that honor and support the highest and greatest good of all involved. And so I really truly believe that this energy is going to bring a lot of harmony to that which was once causing you disturbance or disruptions or intrusive thoughts. This energy is an invitation for you to dive deeper into your trust frequency. How do you, in order for you to trust those around you, you must trust yourself. If you trust yourself, then you trust in choosing the right people. You trust in knowing the signs and symbols and revelations that come through your body when they are telling the truth or when they are lying to you. You can trust in your psychic abilities to truly provide to you the message that is speaking value to your purpose, to your being, to your light. And if there is lies or deceit, you will know it. You would feel it because you trust yourself so much. So this is about really increasing and amplifying your psychic abilities and your intuition at this time, and how your day-to-day conversation with the way with what you trust, because with the Five of Swords, you could have been very cynical. Okay. There could have been some trust issues that you had or overthoughts. This could also be like a bipolar effect or something like that, or even like a spiritual psychosis or like clairvoyance distortion a little bit in it, in which healing and transformation is happening for a lot more clarity. You see how their minds are open here and they're pouring into each other's cups here. So this is a harmonious energy that's pouring into each other's cups. But Libra, are you pouring too much into other people's cups, or are you receiving the proper reciprocation that is needed for you to also be poured into? And are you open to receiving that which is for you to receive a flow as well? That's kind of the message I'm getting here, is like you wanting to help other people that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to be open and reciprocal to their energetic exchange back to you. And that's something that is going to shed light for you in this new moon, for you to be open to receive as well. Thank you. Abundance to all the goddesses and gods in here. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And I see you. If you did want to book a reading, you could book a reading on the one-on-one with me. You can DM me or you can email me. But I'm going to be moving on to the next zodiac sign. So we're going to be moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this energy is happening in your first house. Scorpio, this moon is all about you, and this month is going to be creating so much shifts for you because so much is changing. Scorpio, I invite you to look at your Mars placement. I invite you to look at your Pluto placements. Okay, this energy is going to be a major transformative energy for you for the next 6 months. Yes, everyone else is going to feel this, and I should have said this in the beginning of the video. I always mean to. For all signs, regardless of where your sun, moon, and rising is, I always invite everybody to listen to Scorpio's energy, because this is their main player. So Scorpio, you got 2 cards that flew out. I didn't even look at it yet, but this energy is happening in the first house. So what this means is that there's going to be major changes when it comes down to your identity, how you view yourself, and how others are viewing you as well, right? This is gonna bring major changes in your body type. So this could also be like physical changes as far as injuries are concerned, or surgery or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but anytime that we have Scorpio in the first house, this could be near-death experience. This can be outer body experiences. changes. This can be, again, injuries to the body. And so I'm not saying this to scare you. I also have a Scorpio stellium in the first house. So I've had near-death experiences, and I understand that that can be a challenging house to have Scorpio placements in. But in the same token, this is also, it doesn't have to be any of that. This could just be a lot of sexual energy flowing through your body. This could be heightened senses of psychic abilities and intuitive messages that flow through your body and speaks to your body in different ways. This could be maybe just changes to your body that doesn't have to do with an injury. This could be with maybe losing weight or gaining weight, or, just dyeing your hair or cutting your hair, or, maybe deciding to, either rest more or work out more, to create changes in your body. So, Scorpio, with that, when it comes down to the body changes, also I did do a Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn and Pluto in Aquarius video. I invite you to check that out because that energy is going to be important for you too during this month moving ahead. You are going to feel, Scorpio, I mentioned the next 6 months, it is going to feel a little bit of a like bipolar effect, simply because Mars is going to be Mars is not stationed retrograde as of yet. It's in the pre-shadow phase right now. But Mars is getting ready to go retrograde, and then it's going to be retrograde, and then it's going to come out of retrograde. So it's going to be a lot of different motions that you're navigating through. So your body is going to be going through changes of feeling really active to really feeling like, a little bit lethargic, and that's okay. Listen to your body is the main lesson at this time for you, Scorpio. There's gonna be a lot of invitation for you to do body movement, whether it's yoga or it's going to the gym. Feeding your body, your palate might change also, because your body is going through changes, and that's okay. At the time, in the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords here, and I really do feel like this is, again, you really tapping into, I would even ask yourself, what is death? What does death mean to you? And getting into the space of knowing that our cells die every day, and new cells are born again every day. We literally have a death and transformational life experience every single day, right? Our body does this naturally. And so if you have been calling in, having an outer body experience or astral projection, I'm getting more outer body than astral projections, but they're similar. If you've been calling that in, know that it can happen very easily for you at this time, and through letting go of expectations. I invite you also, Scorpio, get a massage for you during this period. Any type of intimacy when it comes down to working with your body at this time, whether it's getting a full body massage, if it's going to the spa, getting your nails done, your toes done, getting a foot rub, getting a butt rub, if it's having sex with it in a deep, intimate, desirable way, if it's foreplay, just being sensual with yourself, wearing clothes that are comfortable. So it doesn't mean that it has to be loose comfortable. I'm talking about comfortable and feeling with your body. So, fabric may be a very important thing for you at this time, Scorpio. Quality for your body is really something. You may be feeling called to wear more cotton, right? Like 100% cotton, 90% cotton, silk, to bring that electrical flow into your body, right? Amplifying your magnetism, amplifying your energy. A blink of my eyes to my next mountaintop. Yes, exactly. This could be a Kundalini rising experience to your body. And you may lose energetic weight, and it may have the appearance that you're skinnier, even if the physical scale says you weight the same. It can feel like inches, right? And this goes back into what I was saying earlier in the video, where it was like, you're gonna be feeling and sensing and seeing things that science can't necessarily fully prove it and whatnot, right? So there's gonna be some changes in those areas. Yes, synchronicities. You wore silk today. Yes, silk is very much connected to your electromagnetic, especially the electricity. It amplifies. It's like wearing copper, if you will, right? And some of y'all might be getting like copper infused like pillowcases or pillows or something like that. That may be very important for you at this time, right? So listening to your body, or maybe connecting with like colloidal silver, or whatever it is that your body is asking for you at this time. So let's see here. You got the 8 of Swords here with the 4 of Wands. Okay, so what I'm really feeling with the 4 of Wands is being a little bit symbolic of your body, of your foundation, and you letting go of fears. There's a lot of fears and transformation that's happening here. Maybe, and then you did have the King of Swords in the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is about mastering your thoughts at this time, and knowing that your body, if you're going through changes in your body at this time, knowing that your body is listening to your thoughts. And so this is an opportunity for you to listen and feel and get acquainted with how your body heals. And also, what are you telling yourself about your body? Do you love your body? Do you, are you in the space around you? Maybe, sometimes we live in an environment which could be cluttered or distorted and whatnot, and it can create a subconscious depression that, you may not even realize that you're feeling depressed, but you're not taking like showers, or you're not tending to your body, you're not caring for yourself. And, this is an invitation for you to look around you and see, how are you caring for yourself, and how are you clearing your space for yourself to receive the best of the best for yourself at this time, right? If you're feeling, this could be taking a cold shower to cause a shock system to your body, to eliminate any fears, any overthoughts. Listen to more soothing music if you're experiencing a lot of headaches or dizziness or distortion. And get some grounding in, being more grounded. I'm getting like maybe working with like hematite, some hematite to bring some protection, eating foods with iron in it. If you're anemic, if your energy levels are feeling a little bit out of the place or whatnot, if there has been any psychological like fears or nightmares or anything when it comes down to like your foundation and where you live. If you were having commitment issues when it comes down to like your relationships or something like that, or fear of death or something like that, if you're feeling those types of intrusive thoughts, how do you get to the root of of that, right? And a lot of the times these are coming from fears, from past conditionings, traumas, experiences that we had. And Spirit is inviting you to really go dive deep into those spaces without fear and explore it so that you create a stable foundation in your mind, create a sanctuary in your mind space, create an altar in your mind, right? Take a shower, take a spiritual bath at this time. I would say take a spiritual bath, a cleansing bath. I would even invite you to work with like some frankincense and myrrh, like I mentioned earlier. That will be very beneficial for you at this time. To really just keep your spirits elevated. And knowing that you're not trapped. If you're feeling trapped in your body, if you're feeling stuck, just really, maybe doing, it's called box breathing. So taking a deep inhale to the count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And then hold the exhale out for 4. And then you inhale again. So if 4 is too short, you could do 6 count, but doing equal parts inhale, equal parts holding, equal parts exhale, equal parts holding the exhale out before you go into the inhale again, and keeping it for 9 rounds of equal part breathing, which is called box breathing. If you're dealing with some sort of anxiety, or if you're dealing with some sort of tension, of fears, or you're feeling stuck and you're feeling stagnant in your living arrangements, and maybe there's a fear. Some of you Scorpios may be dealing with issues in your marriage, and there may be some fears in this space as well. There could have been a lot of arguments and distortion, and Spirit is going to bring you a lot of revelations when it comes down to your marriage, because the first house is not just the body, but it's identity and it's the self, right? So are you ignoring what your spirit guides are showing you for yourself? Are you in the space to receive your partner properly? Is your partner receiving you properly? This is being a little bit more selfish, whereas, the 7th house is more harmonizing with your partner. The first house is going more inclusive. It's more, going hermit mode. It's like a recluse spider, it's reclusing itself to take care of itself, right? And so you're really being invited to take some time to care for yourself at this time. And it may seem selfish to others, but Spirit's saying, do not be afraid to heal your temple. Do not be afraid to separate yourself from others just because they may want you more of you. You need to take care of you and create a sanctuary with yourself to alleviate any depressive energies, to really get into the nitty-gritty of what it is that you need to heal and integrate with, so that you can truly transform into that phoenix rising and let your wings fly. So that could also be why I was sensing the phoenix rising earlier, is, going into the outer body experiences, that's a way of your wings flying, right? And so, let go of the expectations of how that may look for you, or is supposed to look for you, and allow yourself to be present with yourself. Okay. We're going to move into Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this energy is happening in your 12th house. Okay, Sagittarius, with this energy happening in your 12th house here, this is a bit of a... This is a very psychic energy for you at this time, but it is a bit isolating, right? Because this energy is a bit chaotic also, and it's going into the rounds of dissolution. It's going into, Sagittarius, you may really be contemplating and getting into this space of like, how have you been self-sabotaging? What are you addicted to? What are you afraid of? You're really going to be called like to pay attention to your dreams at this time. Your intuition is going to be on fleek, right? Your intuition is going to be heightened. Your psychic abilities are going to be heightened, but you are going to be called to get some rest. All right? You're being called to rest, to replenish, to recharge yourself, to allow yourself to move, at the pace that is for you to be gentle with yourself at this time. This could be a very healing period for yourself at this time. Some of you may be getting ascension symptoms to where it feels like you're getting a fever or something sort of like major changes in that way. This is not medical advice. I'm getting a channel that is ascension symptoms, but some of y'all might be feeling called to go to the hospital at this time. And so do what is necessary for you. If you feel like you have to go to the hospital, get checked out for any reason. This could be information or some sort of revelations in regards to what needs to, in regards to anything medical for you at this time as well. This is also medicines and poisons and alcohol. And so with Saturn being in the mix here with the new moon trining Saturn, you might want to have a lot of fun and drinking, and there might be like alcohol poisoning or something that can happen. So the invitation is to like maybe drink more teas, maybe don't overindulge in alcohol too much, because there could be a lot of changes that's a little bit on the shadow, really deep shadow side when it comes down to alcoholic beverages at this time for you, Sagittarius. So minding your addictions in that way, maybe put it to rest, or just have like one or two. Don't leave your drink behind. If you leave a room, take it with you and whatnot, or just being mindful in that way. It's not so much of a time period about partying hard. It's more about getting the rest that you need. Yes, November, people celebrate Thanksgiving and family stuff, and you're gonna want to have fun in that space, and that's cool, but also just being mindful of not over exhausting yourself. And if you have to go to the hospital for any reason, that's something that can come up for you to talk to the waters within your body as well, and in your psyche and your minds. There was something else here. You might want to have your dream journal ready. Let's see here what card you have. You have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So this could be a lot of desires, your fantasies, magnetically attracting opportunities to you. This could be a time period of, you taking time for yourself, getting the rest that you need, putting it into writing down ideas in which is going to magnetically attract to you, not just the finances, but the opportunity and the resources that is in alignment with what it is that you desire. This could be fantasies coming true. So for some of you, that's feeling a little extra kinky at this time, exploring your fantasies. Have a safe word ready. If you need it, you need it. It is what it is, right? But physical manifestations and tangibility to you as to what it is that you want to desire. This could also be taking, I don't know if some of you do music or something like that, but I'm seeing by you taking time to isolate and recluse, you go within, go into that space. It could be you come up with a song, or you come up with poetry, or you come up with some sort, and you're tangibly writing it, and then this can bring you back equity, is what I'm hearing, like tangible results. This could also be maybe just some ideas, business ideas or something like that, but it's gonna happen in the space where like you're by yourself, or this could be even sound healing. But rewards for letting, for being disciplined and not overindulging in any addictive activities, and for being disciplined and honoring your worthiness as opposed to self-sabotaging. So actual tangible results will come from this, and you will see this within the next 6 months, not just in this new moon, but within the next 6 months. So really paying attention to this, Sagittarius, because there could also be that you receiving dreams, messages in your dreams, in which might take 6 months to manifest. So that's why they want you to write down your dreams at this time. You may not see it come into fruition right away, and you're going to tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to forget my dream, or I remember my dream, and this, that, and the third. Then you don't write it down. But then 6 months down the line, it might be something that is contributing to your life, that was you were given a message as to what to do with this tangible thing, how to deal with it, move forward with it through your dream realm. And if you wrote it down, you're going to remember, and you're going to know. Now, the subconscious mind doesn't forget anything. It remembers all things. So this could also be activating dormant abilities, or tapping into deeper meditation, tapping into deeper spiritual gifts that's going to be of use to your everyday lifestyle. What's on the bottom of the deck? On the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Wands. Yes, the Two of Wands here. So, the Two of Wands sometimes can be a battle of dominance, a battle of the egos, needing to make a decision, and whatnot. Having a choice to make, whether do you pay attention to the past, or do you move forward to the future, stepping into a new timeline and still trying to hold on to your old timeline and stuff like that. So if that's something that's coming in, be open to the changes, be open to receiving your new timeline. Do not let your past hold you back, is your message. All right, we're going to move forward to Capricorn. Capricorn, this energy is happening in your 11th house. And this house is, this is your social network. This is, your friendships. This is, connecting with your angels here. This is a very auspicious house and energy to work through here. So you could be getting you could be doing a lot of networking at this time. You could be connecting with those in your community, in your field, and getting more recognition or collaborations with these people at this time. Capricorn, I really like this energy for y'all. Let's see here. In the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Okay, a super heightened sense of intuition and connection with your spirit guides. A super connection of understanding the left and right brain, the portals of your mind. This could also be, intuitively connecting with your soul's family. Connecting with soul family. The card that came out for you is the Ace of Wands here. Yes, so with the High Priestess, she's sitting in the seat of her throne. She's not actively moving in a way. She's just you know, she's magnetically attracting. She knows all things. She's the all-seeing eye. She's the oracle. She brings heaven on earth. She's a healer. She's like, I'm able to prosper in every which way that is necessary. I connect with the moon, and I know what the moon knows. The moon receives all the secrets and all the knowings, and I'm so connected and in tune that my psychic abilities are amplified, right? And in that, with the Ace of wands, this could be some sort of tantric healing. This could be a tantric workshop. This could be you know, collaborating with a masculine energy, or this could be just hypersexual energy. Well, not hypersexual energy, but this could be sexual energy healing. This could be writing, taking a moment to write. These could be collaborations, creative endeavors. Wow, you know, a lot of potency, a lot of potentiality. And you know, this is, you know, y'all in the 11th house on the 11th month on the first day, the 111 portal, and y'all also have 111 here. So the high priestess, if you look at it, it looks like an 11 or the ones, and then you have the 1. So you have a very heightened 111 portal energy. So your manifestations are going to come in rapidly, okay? There's going to be a clear directive, knowing. And so they're saying, put it in writing. Put it in writing what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you're going to be. This energy is what I'm getting from this energy is not even just a 6-month thing. What I'm getting is that this is going to usher you into the age of Aquarius in a way that this manifestation is going to be bigger than you even realize at the time, and your angels are supporting you in this mission. Not only are the angels supporting you on this mission, but I'm also hearing the Galactic Council and your angelic team solidifying and crystallizing the ley lines and the crystal grids and the light codes in your life around you, and the lives of those that are connected to you through the super consciousness, and you'll be able to channel and access that. They're saying that you're going to be more in tune with a lot of mediumship abilities. So yes, very psychic abilities and healing abilities, but also mediumship abilities specifically, and not to ignore your messages at this time. There's going to be a lot of messages that's going to be speaking to you at this time. You may be receiving some clairaudience activations as well, but this is a strong and enhanced telepathy that is going to be happening between you and those that you're connected with at the time. Now, you may already be telepathic and have a strong telepathic ability, but it's going to be amplified. And in this, there's also the balancing it out and grounding in a way where you know, because it's almost like getting into other people's thoughts and minds, or dream hopping into others as well in the collective. And so there's a teaching or a lesson in that. I'm also getting that you may be teaching the collective around you, or having some friends that's supporting you at this time. I'm just seeing allowing yourself to have a lot of fun. Been seeing 111 everywhere. Yeah, I'm seeing having a lot of fun here. You know, in the areas of where maybe you had issues with like masculine energy or something like that, I'm getting strong psychic and intuitive message as to how to heal the masculine energy, or working with masculine energy while sitting in the seat of your throne and being in a very receptive feminine energy. So this is balancing masculine and feminine energies in a way that is going to be creative for you to put it into action eventually. Forward to Aquarius. Aquarius, this energy is happening in your 10th house. This is the house of career. This is the house of longevity. Excuse me, my ears are popping. This is happening in your 10th house of longevity, of your reputation. This is also this can be marriage, in the sense of when two people get married, they tend to tie in. Sometimes they tie in their finances together, or real estate and stuff like that. So any long-term contracts that you have at this time, whether it's with a spouse or by yourself, this could actually play a major role in your life as well. So if you were thinking of getting some sort of like real estate with a partner, or even like, I'm hearing we want prenup, right? Some of y'all may be getting into a marriage in which y'all, want prenup, because you're thinking about that long-term contract and how it could affect in the long run. For some of you, this is creating a legacy or trust, trust fund. This is also corporate world, careers, right? And your recognition in that space, so your reputation and whatnot. So Aquarius, there could be a lot of changes when it comes down to real estate. There could be a lot of changes when it comes down to the way that people are receiving you, based on your integrity, based on the work and the efforts that you have put in. So what do people know you for? What is your reputation based on? And Saturn is watching how you release, maybe a lot of like traumas of your identity based on other people's like ways of being. If you Aquarius, y'all like to have fun. Y'all like to be in y'all old energy. Y'all can be wild. Y'all can be spontaneous, which is beautiful. But sometimes y'all can be overly cold and aggressive and stuff like that as well. And so, Spirit is saying, always be true to yourself. Yes. And by being your authentic self, that allows for the fruition of your life to be in the legacy of true love, because love wins every time when you're living in a space of authenticity, right? But if you're in a space where you weren't with integrity, you were doing shady things to people that really were looking out for you, and that's the type of reputation you build for yourself. The rewards that come from that come from a space of a lot of having to work harder, a lot harder to receive, the financial assistance and recognition that you would like for your legacy. And also, is that what you want to pass down in your legacy? Is kind of what I'm getting here. Let me see here what card y'all have. Y'all have the Page of Swords. Yeah, so there could be a lot of intuitive messages coming through, to telepathic messages. This could also be, I don't think that, although the 10th house is long-term contracts, this could be having to sign a new contract. This could be getting renegotiating some sort of contract here. This could be, negotiating, for a house. This could be negotiating for work. This could be, maybe something with like a lawyer or something like that. You could work in law or something like that. What's in the bottom of the deck? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there could be some changes here. The Wheel of Fortune is about change, whether you like it or not. And this change is destined to happen here based on, this could have been something that a contract or something you signed a while ago that was insignificant or small to you at the time, but that actually creates a major change. This could also be, maybe something changes. I'm sorry, I'm just fixing myself here. With these changes here and this Page of Swords here, this could be, you know, maybe there was a relationship that you had, you know, for some of you, this ain't for everybody, but maybe you had a relationship with somebody that you used to work with, or there was a past trauma with somebody that you used to work with or something like that, in which gets released, it gets removed, it gets out of your space, because it was time for you to change into another direction here, to really get into a space to honor, what it is that you want to be remembered for, what it is that you want to put out in the world, what it is. And I do feel like this is, and it's funny because I was going to say, I do feel like this is more with work. This could also be that perhaps like you're wanting to renegotiate your work schedule. This could be that maybe you're overworking and you haven't really taken time to give your partner that love, right? If you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, you know, maybe overworking, like if you're a workaholic or something like that, you know, maybe there's something about work and overworking and not giving yourself the pleasure or the time. You're feeling burdened, you're feeling tired. From that, it could also be that maybe you're the breadwinner of your home at this time, or everybody in your home is depending on you to make money, and you know, you don't really have anybody else you can rely on when it comes down to your finances and whatnot. And so that's something that is like, you know, you're in constant workflow during this space. It could be as simple as, you know, you're working during this new moon when it happens, and you really want to be doing something else and you're just feeling tired. I would also say, you know, with the trine happening, this is an opportunity for you to negotiate for a raise at this time. Don't be afraid to speak up or offer. You may not only get a raise, but you could get a promotion. You can get a career shift for some of you. And they are going to end my live. I kind of knew it because I was stretching. So I'm going to end this live and I'm going to continue on. And I'm almost done. We got Pisces next. Okay, Aquarius. So what I'm also getting with this energy is that if there has been any challenges in regards to like your workspace, or any pains, any frustrations, you know, this is a time period in which that is going to be revealed onto you so that you can make the changes that is necessary for you to balance out your work and home structure, your you know, your home and play, your work schedule, and allow yourself to receive better payment for the work that you do. If you're doing a lot of work, or you're overworking, or you're wanting to reestablish, you know, your finances in a different way, this is the time when you're going to be taking a deep dive and look into that as well, maybe making changes in your career. So we're going to move forward now. And we're going to go into Pisces. So Pisces, this energy is happening in your 9th house. So the 9th, in your 9th house. So this energy here is going to be shape-shifting your belief systems. You're going to be possibly having more conversations or thinking about religious things. You're going to be really feeling a magnetic pull, possibly to like politics or religion. You know, this could be a lot of philosophy or higher thinking. You can be feeling called to travel abroad, right? Or maybe you're working in a certain field. I do see major changes when it comes down to you know, when it comes down to resources from abroad. Maybe you get products that are shipped from overseas or something like that. Maybe you're wanting to learn a new language. Whatever the case may be, what's in the bottom of the deck here? We have the Chariot. Yes, y'all could be traveling. Y'all could be thinking about long distance traveling or taking a flight. I do see here success happening for you at this time. This could also be a lot of international networking, or connecting with, like I said, learning another language could be really beneficial to you at this time. What card? You have the Strength card here too. So you got two major arcanas for you, Pisces. And the Strength card here with the Chariot, this tells me that there may be some obstacles or challenges that may come up for you during this new moon, but you're going to become successful. You're going to override any challenges and obstacles at this time. And the 9th house is an auspicious house. This could also be marriage. This could be studying or learning. This is higher education as well. So there could have been a hard lesson that is difficult for you to move forward in. There could have been something with like, you wanting to travel somewhere, or something in regards to travel, something in regards to learning a hard lesson. Maybe you have a passport and you're wanting to travel abroad in that. But maybe there's certain things that you're being called to be more disciplined in. Maybe there's some financial obligations that you have to pay off in, and they're saying for you to be stronger in your disciplines and paying off your financial obligations before traveling abroad at this time. But definitely take a look at what is happening abroad, and maybe do more research into the area in which you're trying to travel to. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of information that's going to come out in regards to traveling abroad, or international information that is going to be about like currency exchanges being changes. I'm just getting major changes when it comes down to things abroad at this time for you. And with that, having the discipline to be patient and finding out more information about this is going to steer you the right way. And they want you to listen to your intuition. If you logically, this opportunity and stuff comes up to you for you to travel and whatnot, but your intuition is saying it may not be a good time, listen to your intuition. There's something about your feelings got to be stronger. Your intuition got to be stronger than your feelings. Excuse me. And that logically some things are going to make sense, but if you believe in yourself, this is going to help you navigate with knowing how to make that decision. So essentially strengthening your intuition, strengthening your belief in yourself so that your confidence is stronger. And knowing that you are going to overcome these obstacles here. There could have been a walking away. Because this is also marriage and stuff like that, there could be changes in your marriage. Maybe there was something about like depression or sadness. Or it could even be as simple as moving out of the country where, you were trying to stay strong with where you're at, and you know your intuition kept guiding you to another country and whatnot, but you weren't making that decision because maybe you felt held back from somebody you love or family or friends or what it is that you're used to. So definitely, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest behind here. But with the Strength card here, it is, you know, you're learning to master yourself at this time. Learning different cultures help you learn how to open your mind to greater perspectives. I'm hearing eat, love, pray type energy. There could have been certain seeds or things that you was putting in effort to that wasn't manifesting at the time because it wasn't for you, but you're gonna see a beautiful harvest to the areas in which is in alignment for you that you've been working on manifesting for. So knowing that your hard work pays off and being strong and knowing that you can overcome your obstacles. The 9th house is a really beautiful house when it comes down to experiencing different cultures and opening up in that way. So I invite you maybe to even listen to other music from other cultures, other countries, excuse me. There's also going to be some confusion that is coming in. So you're going to have to be strong to pay attention to what is actually trying to reveal itself to bring you clarity. With the trine with Mars and Cancer, Neptune and Pisces, and Mercury and Scorpio, this trine that's happening here is to get you to balance your waters with your belief system. And maybe do a cleansing at this time. And you're going to really have to listen to your intuition when it comes down to the travel. Because for some of you, I do feel like traveling abroad is going to be a major part of your healing process in a beautiful way. If you were dealing with any type of hardships or relationship issues, you know, feeling rejected or neglected from, you know, maybe there could have been a difference of spiritual belief or something like that. You know, I'm really feeling like there's a lot of positive light energy that's going through the ethers for you to receive at this time. But for some of you, I'm getting that it's not a good time for you to travel in there, and that there's other things to focus on that you need to focus on, and for you to believe in your process, to be able to overcome these obstacles, to pay off all, you know, any energetic debt or something that you may have in these areas, and then some. And so it is important for you to listen to your intuition at this time when it comes down to those things. So those are all the signs. I want to give thanks to each and every one of you for staying in here as you did. And for those of you who tapped in, whether it's live or on the replay, if it's the replay, you're going to see some edited moments because there was things that I needed moments to pause, to stretch my body and whatnot. And so that's going to be edited in here. And I want to wish you all a good night. And may these messages serve you for your highest and greatest good. May they serve for your healing endeavors, for you to be successful and abundant and fruitful in all areas of your life that is in harmony of good health, good wealth, good fortune. I give you grace and gratitude for supporting me and continuing to collaborate with me in the many ways that we can serve the highest and greatest good of all involved. So I thank you. I'll leave you with love. Ashe, Aho, Amen. Peace.